So, hi, Ian. Thank you so much for joining us today to chat about your career path since graduating from the School of Accounting and Finance. I've been really looking forward to hearing from you about your new venture, Spatula, and that I hear is revolutionizing the meal kit delivery industry.
Yeah. Well, first of all, really appreciate the opportunity. Very, very excited to be, speaking to my alma mater and sharing the story of Spatula and sort of how we got here.
To begin, can you give an overview of your career so far before your current role as co-founder and CEO of Spatula?
Yeah, definitely. So I started my career at KPMG in the audit practice, very similar to many sort of staff alumni, I guess, in that respect. So I spent a few years there, and that's actually where I got my CPA, CA. I transitioned to our advisory practice after a couple of years, kind of getting just a bit more breadth and depth in sort of different areas of business and professional service. Beyond that, I then left KPMG to start my own startup, and that was my first startup called Chop Chop. The reason I've just being from as a Waterloo grad, I've just always had the entrepreneurship bug, right? If you think about Velocity, if you think about the CBET and the MBET programs, and just Waterloo in general, all the amazing startups that came from the school, I've always had that bug, and I always wanted to create something. So I left KPMG and actually created a company called Chop Chop. Long story short, won't get into it right now. Didn't work out so well. We couldn't really get the traction and the product market fit in about 6 7 months that we worked on it. So I decided, okay, this was amazing, and I wanted to do something similar to this again. So at that time, I said, okay, I can either go to school, such as do an MBA program, or I can go work for a really amazing startup and kind of learn how to build a startup properly there, right? So I had these two options in front of me, and I decided to go to join Uber Eats at that time. I think Uber Eats was just 1 year old globally, so it was very much building a company, company within a company from the ground up, and it was just such an amazing experience. At Uber, I spent about 3.5 years there. Took on different functions and different roles, and I recently left as head of strategy, finance, and planning for the Canadian business. Uber was a super amazing experience. Was such a great ride. Just kind of be able to see how a great startup works from the inside, and taking all of those learnings to kind of build Spatula. Now, the final part in terms of how we get to Spatula is that I went to INSEAD to do my MBA because I really wanted. At that time, I didn't have an idea, and I just really wanted to put myself out there, meet people, learn from different people from different industries, backgrounds, cultures, nationalities, just to kind of really kind of get me inspired. And I was lucky enough to find an idea there at INSEAD, and we took that to build Spatula.